So what you'll need for this project is a cable needle or a double pointed needle for our cable, stitch marker, size 9 straight and circular needle. So this is a 16-inch circular needle. You'll need a corresponding crochet hook to do our provisional cast on. So I'm using size I, a tapestry needle, and your yarn. I'm using Impeccable yarn by Loops and Thread brand in Earth. And you'll be needing a contrasting piece of yarn for our cast on. So you want to take your crochet hook and your contrasting yarn, and you want to chain 30 stitches. So after you've chained 30, you're going to go in with your size 9 needle and your yarn, and you're going to pick up all the loops on your contrasting yarn. And there's a video where I've done a provisional cast on where you could watch that to learn. And you're going to pick up 26 stitches. So once you've picked up your 26 stitches, you're going to go ahead and work the Saxon braid. And you're just going to work that you're going to repeat rows 1 through 16 of the Saxon braid 7 times. So the entire written description is down below, and there's also a link to a tutorial video on this stitch. But for this hat, you're going to slip the first and the last stitch purlwise throughout the entire length. So once you've worked your pattern 7 times, you're going to go ahead and pick up your stitches on your provisional cast on. You're just going to take your needle and you're going to pick up all your stitches. So once you have all your stitches picked up from your provisional cast on, you're going to put the right side of your work together. So you're going to make sure that the cable patterns are together. So I picked up my provisional stitches on my circular needle. So I'm going to be using my other straight needle to sew it together. So for this, we're going to be doing a 3 needle bind off. So you take your extra needle and you're going to go through the front stitch on your front needle and the front stitch of your back needle. And then you're going to knit them together and pull both stitches off each needle in the back. Then you're going to do it one more time. So you're going to go through the first stitch on the front needle, first stitch on the back needle, going to knit them together, pull the stitches off their needles. And now you have 2 on your right needle. So you're going to take the first one and pass it over and off the second one. And that's how you do a 3 needle bind off. So you go in through the front stitch of the front needle, then the first stitch of the back needle, and you're going to knit it. Drop the stitches off the back needles. Once you have 2 on your right needle, you're going to do like a regular bind off. You're going to pull the first one over and off the second stitch. And you're just going to continue your 3 needle bind off until you've bound off all your stitches. So once you've finished your 3 needle bind off on the inside of your hat, it'll look like this. And when you turn it right side out, it'll look like this. Virtually seamless, and your cables are pretty much matched together. So now you have your final stitch sitting here from your bind off, and you're going to then slide that onto your double pointed, and you're going to slide that onto your circular needle. And this is where we're going to be picking up our stitches for the top of our hat. So now we're going to be picking up stitches So we're going to be picking up our slip stitches that we were working through this whole pattern, and you're going to pick up 70 stitches. So you're just going to insert your needle under both bars of the one stitch. You're going to wrap your yarn as if you're knitting, and you're going to pull it up through. And you're just going to keep picking up your stitches until you've got 70. So once you've picked up your 70 stitches onto your cable needle, you're going to place your marker and you're going to knit 3 plain rows. So once you've knitted your first 3 rows of your crown, we're going to do our first decrease. So we're going to do a repeat of knit 5, knit 2 together. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around this row. Then for the next 3 rows, we're going to just do plain knit. Then for our row 8 decrease, we're going to start off with a repeat of knit 2, knit 2 together, and you're going to repeat that all the way around, followed by 3 plain rows of knit. Then for row 12 is another decrease row. We're going to start a repeat of knit 1, knit 2 together. And do that all the way around, followed by 3 plain knit rows. Then for rows 16 and 17, you're just going to knit 2 together all the way around. And row 17, you're going to end up with 1 stitch left over, so then just knit that, cut the yarn, and draw the yarn through the top of the hat and pull it tight. So all you have to do is weave in your ends, and you have your finished hat. I would definitely place this one under an intermediate to expert level, just because of the cable and being a little tricky to keep track of. But all in all, I think it's a pretty simple hat, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.